Hello, hello.
Hi.
Oh no, I don't have my microphone. It seems to hear me no matter what.
I'm going to bring mine closer because, no one can hear me.
I'm very loud, apparently. I bellow.
And I'm a low talker.
Yeah, well, that's why opposites opposite. Well, I'm Selene Castrovilla.
I'm Pascale.
And we are Life in Jest. Today is our 21st episode.
Our 21st birthday.
We can legally drink now.
Yay. Yay.
Which takes all the fun out of it.
It really does.
When I turned 18, the drinking age in New York, this is ridiculous. That year, it raised to 19 when I turned 18. And guess what happened when I turned 19? They raised it to 21. I'm not kidding. Like, what is that? And I was just so angry. It's not that I wanted to run wild, but I didn't want anybody telling me what to do. And I wrote them a very logical letter to the governor, Cuomo, who was, but whatever, they're all Hitler. I said, look, if you just let us drink, we wouldn't really want to drink as much. We resent you telling us no. And they just sent me back a statistics of drunk driving.
Oh, my.
Something like that. I don't know.
I don't know. The drinking age never stopped me.
Well,
you just have to find places.
But it's just, I am one of those people that fights for principles. I always have been. I always will be. And it's not, I drank. I hung out with only older people. Like my friend Luann was older than me, but I don't know how much she was older than me, like maybe just a year or two, but she knew how to get everything. So that wasn't we had a wine sack that we brought to concerts. Everything tastes like leather. Disgusting.
I never brought alcohol to concerts. I would just bring weed.
See, but I didn't like weed. It really incapacitated me because I got a contact high at my first, I went to go see the Police and, what are they called? The Go-Go's. They were not wearing their towels. And all I know is everything just went red. And I heard this buzzing sound. And my friend later on said, you must have had a contact high.
I guess.
Well, when that's your first introduction to it, it's like doesn't make you want to do it.
That's fun.
I'm one of those people that if I have a bad experience, I actually don't want to do something again. Call me crazy because a lot of people still go on.
Yeah, not me.
I tried cigarettes and I thought they were gross. I was trying to smoke and my friend was like, you are clogging my car because I didn't inhale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was gross.
Thank God I love smoke.
I know you've said.
It's been, I think tomorrow it's going to be 4 years.
Really? Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yay. I'm very proud of you.
I am too, but
yeah. That's amazing.
Still one cigarette.
Well, you don't do it though, and that's what counts.
Well, I've smoked over the 4 years.
I mean, a little, yeah.
I mean, like, cigarettes over 4 years.
As long you're one of those rare people that can smoke one and then not immediately go on a bender.
Yeah, I never thought I'd be like that. I mean,
it's really amazing.
I smoked for like 35 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
But I could always give stuff up. I don't know.
Yeah, you're good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a hard not anymore. But I mean, no, I'm better. I think with age, but you always were able to give stuff up, but now I can.
I don't know why. I'm just lucky, I guess.
That is lucky. Very lucky.
Am I talking loud enough?
Well, we won't know until the I hear you in my headphones.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Like, just be closer to my fucking face.
It seems to work every time.
Okay, good.
Okay, so today I've been working really hard. I'm writing a book that requires a lot of research. And also we're recording on a different day because Pascale actually came, but it was, Casey's, it was Casey's Creature Kindness Day. I'll leave it at that. And so we didn't record or anything. And so I'm just all backed up with my work. And I had to also upload my history podcast today. By the way, if you like American history or if you're interested in any creative process, it's good for teachers. It's good for librarians. It's called The Heartful of History. And you can find it on my YouTube channel along with this. And it's at Selene Castrovilla Creates. And you can also find it on Spotify or any of those things. I'm so good at advertising. But it's fun. Yes, we make it fun. It's not it's not stodgy at all. All that to say, what I did was put together a bunch of fun, like newspaper articles about things, strange and odd things that have strange and odd. Things that have been happening that I thought we'd have fun discussing. So I don't really have the mini segments the whole thing is kind of mini segments. Some of them I have little fun names for, but some of them I don't.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is really strange. This happened in 2018, but so what? Some of them are very current and some of them aren't. A New York City man admitted to smuggling 3 Burmese pythons in his pants across the Canadian border. How?
I don't know.
I mean, how do you get them to be still? Number one. Right. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about snakes, but
Those things are dangerous. Was he not afraid of being bit?
why did he do that?
Because they're worth, apparently, for money, I guess. Like, they're worth, it always says they're worth more than $2,500. Maybe they were just for him. He got fined $5,000, so that sucked. And he lost his, Burmese pythons. Those are scary.
Did he go through? He drove through?
In the Canadian border, yeah. He crossed into northern New York. Must have been by Niagara Falls. Is that right?
I'm sorry, I looked at it. It says on a bus.
It does? Oh, good for you. All right. Well, he crossed. That's even weirder. Oh my God, snakes on a bus. It's like the movie Snakes on a Plane.
Wait, I've taken that bus from Montreal to New York City. Yes, it is fucking hell.
I'm sure it is if you got people with pythons.
Awful.
Any bus is awful.
Oh my God.
Any bus for any length of time is hell.
My headphones are falling off.
Oh, they've fallen and they can't get up. That's weird.
What the fuck?
I don't know. That never happened before.
I'm just going to say fucking one.
God.
Did it again. God damn it.
All right. Oh, you just didn't have it on the right way, maybe. Those are your special disco ones.
Why didn't he store them in a bag?
Well, because I don't think it's supposed to have them.
Well, of course not.
How? Not even one, but 3 earrings? Wait a minute. So what's happening there? Let's think about this. First of all, they have to be pretty baggy pants.
Yeah.
Okay. Those pythons are big.
Yeah.
Even when they're small, like little, they're big. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's why he got caught. Okay.
But how did he even get on the bus with they're wiggling around? Wouldn't they bite him?
I don't know.
I think those things are very aggressive to each other.
I would think so. I don't know.
Oh, wait a second. It says, okay, hold on. The young adult. Oh, it was a young adult. Oh, no. The young adult snakes. What does that mean? That sounds more rowdy. They were hidden in the inner thigh of his pants in snake bags tied to the pants drawstring. Okay, so each one
snake bags.
I imagine it's a big snake.
Okay, these headphones are just, I'm done.
You mean you're done?
All right, fine. Hold that again.
This never happened before. What happened?
I don't know. Maybe it's my hair.
You have a new hair product?
No.
Miss Jessie's?
I tried that. It's not good. Okay. Sorry about that.
A snake bag, I assume, would hold a snake.
I guess.
But still, okay, that does make a little more sense because at least they're not all squirming all around him loose, which is what I thought, because I didn't actually read this very well. I was quickly picking out articles.
How did he get the bag to stay? Did he take?
It said they were tied to his pants drawstring.
Okay.
He must. What kind of pants is drawstring?
Sweats. Sweats sometimes have drawstrings.
3 snake bags were tied to his drawstring.
No.
To be next to this man on the bus?
No.
Oh my God. I think I'd have a heart attack if I knew there were snakes next to me.
Yeah, me too.
But the worst thing the snake is spider. That's worse.
Snakes bother me more than spiders.
No.
Neither of them bother me that much, but if I knew it was a python, that would probably bother me.
Oh, they all bother me, but I think, no, you know why? Because you saw that movie, right? About the woman that was when we were young. Remember they had, back in the day when we were young, remember they had that, I think we talked about it, that movie where the woman was a spider? There was a movie, it was like the movie of the week. Remember ABC always had the movie, high class movie.
Yeah.
And one of them was a woman, twin sisters, and one of them turned into a spider, a huge spider. I don't know, every 30 days or whatever. Maybe when the moon, I don't know when or why. She wasn't always a spider, but she killed people.
I don't remember that one.
And they thought it was the wrong sister, of course.
Well, they're twins.
And all I know is people were being eaten by the spider, and it scared. I'm so scarred.
Wow.
Do you know what I think? I think so much lately. I don't know. It always has this. You're gonna laugh at me.
Get ready, guys.
When I was a kid, I was an only child, right? So honestly, all my influences were TV or books, things like that, things of that nature. But in any case, so I think more than usual, I'm because I didn't have anybody really to talk to. I was alone a lot. This sounds very sad, but it's all because that's why I really, and also I think because I'm a creative also, I think these things just turn in me. Things stay in my head that normal people would probably filter out. So there's 2 shows that really, really defined me. One of them was an episode of McCloud.
I don't even know what McCloud is.
Okay, well, What?
What is that?
Well, there's McLeod, there's Columbo. They were like,
I know Columbo.
well, they alternated. On Sunday nights, sometimes it would be McLeod, sometimes it would be Columbo, I think. But I know they alternated. There was a guy that, so-and-so and his wife. You know, so-and-so and
so-and-so.
There was a guy and his wife, they were a show. And then it was
Heart to Heart?
No, that was later. That was not alternating. This was, I don't know what channel it was on, but they had these, I think it was 3 different shows that alternated. There was McLeod, there was this guy with his wife, and I thought the other one was Columbo. I might be wrong. Columbo might have just been his own thing, and I'm getting it confused because I was a kid. I don't know.
I don't know. I never watched Columbo.
Well, McLeod was a guy with a cowboy hat. I think he was in L.A. or New York. One of his cases was it was a rock star. So it was a lot like, it really was an awful lot like, what's that thing called? Whitney Houston?
Yeah. Oh, The Bodyguard?
Yes. It was a lot like that, but it's way before The Bodyguard. They probably stole it from this episode.
I've never seen The Bodyguard.
What? How did you not see that?
Because I have no interest in that.
It was good except for the end. Doesn't make any sense, but we've been through that. So, okay. So this woman was being threatened. Someone was trying to kill her. And then by accident, her manager got killed. And she said, I remember her singing these songs. And I remember singing a song like for the manager. And it was just so sad. And then in the end, I don't know what, for some reason, this episode just completely, it turned out it was her sister that did it. Spoiler. See, that's what happened. You don't know, but that's what happened in The Bodyguard. Spoiler again.
Maybe we're going to see that movie.
We have to say spoiler about things that are ancient.
Yeah.
But I don't know why, but it affected me. I think it's because I felt like the manager was sacrificed because he didn't even have to, like, nobody should die, but it was the idea that he was collateral damage.
Yeah.
And that really affected me. And I still think about Shannon singing. I don't know who she is. I mean, obviously it's not, that's the star. Yeah. And those songs were good, by the way. They were a lot better than some things we hear. And so that really defined me. And then the other thing, this is horrible, okay? Columbo, they decided to have a spinoff called Mrs. Columbo with Kate Mulgrew.
That's ridiculous.
Why?
Because really?
Well, I don't know.
Do we need to hear from Mrs. Columbo?
I guess. Well, it's funny because he always talked about my wife. If you ever saw Columbo, he's always like, my wife, but you never saw the wife. So it was kind of funny.
Who was Columbo? Was he the one with the bird?
No, that's Beretta. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time.
I never watched that either.
I know. Well,
the bird.
My aunt loved Beretta.
Oh, okay.
And she loved Kojak.
No, baby.
I was just surrounded by all these shows that, like, I'm a little kid. I don't even know how to process these things. So this first episode they had like a cold open, which was absolutely terrifying. Okay. I still get upset. Okay. I mean, I'm like, it's how many years?
From Mrs.
40 something, 50 years probably since I saw this. 50 frigging years. Okay. There was a guy that broke into a house, woke this older woman up. I mean, she was probably in her 60s or 70s. I guess she was older, probably 60s. And she was, of course, terrified. And he was like, he held her by he had a gun and you didn't really know you knew he wasn't going to do anything good, right? And he made her go in the bathroom and he made her take her clothes off. And he's like, oh, it's not like that. It's not like that. Like she wasn't going to get raped. And then he's like, it's almost over. And she gets in the bath and he throws the blow dryer in the next. It was a hit. Well, you knew nothing good was going to happen. But the guy was going, it's almost over, like all soothing. That freaks me out. That was so inappropriate for a child to see. And I can't get over it. I play it in my head. While I'm driving my car, delivering food, I'm thinking about that.
Damn.
What's going to happen to me?
I don't know.
I mean, why? Why are people so cruel? For money, you're going to execute something and then lie and say it's almost, well, I guess it was almost over forever. But I mean,
well, it kept her from freaking out.
She could have fought back. You know what? If she fought back, at least there would have been a messy crime scene. Instead, another thing about those shows, the killer always, well, he wasn't the killer, the guy he was our husband, of course, that hired her. And they always talk to them the whole time. On those shows, you always know who did it because they're the ones always yapping away. Yeah. Doesn't make any sense. But it was the same thing. But I am haunted by those two things.
Scarred by Mrs. Columbo.
Mrs. Columbo. Yeah, she hadn't even made an appearance yet. You know Kate Mulgrew, don't you?
I know the name. I can't picture.
People love her. She was on one of those versions of Star Trek.
I
It's very,
did not like Star Trek.
nor did I, but I'm just telling you that that's a lot of people love her for that.
I mean, I might know her if I see her.
I think I'm right about that. Maybe I'm completely wrong, and I'm thinking of Kirstie Alley with that. I think maybe she was in something with Star Trek,
She was.
but I think Kate Mulgrew as well.
Okay.
I don't know, guys. What can I say? Anyway, so I don't know why this all came out. Because lately it's been like, I've been like obsessively thinking about these things.
Really?
They come in my head all the time.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
Why was I allowed to watch these things? My aunt, if she was around, would watch it with me. But I was alone when I saw them. I don't know why. I was just alone.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to. I don't know. I had very liberal, kind of relaxed parents, but for some reason, there was certain stuff I was not allowed to watch. And I just didn't watch it.
That's good.
I don't know. I didn't fight it. I guess because they were shows I didn't really care about.
That's good. I wish I could unsee these things.
Yeah, but
You know.
I mean, I watched what everybody else watched,
I had no problem with the other things, like we were talking about. We played Mod Squad and all that. I had no problem with that for some reason. I think because I was young. This is when I was younger.
Yeah.
Those are the things that really got me. The idea of people hurting people for profit. In both cases, it was
Welcome to the world.
It defines me.
Well, that's upsetting.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Okay, hold on. Okay. So the guy that did it was 38. He was not a young adult. His name was Calvin Bautista. Churquista. He was 38. Well, there goes that. The pythons, it's a regulation of an international. Why didn't he just buy them in America?
Because he's a dumbass.
He's a Queens resident, it said. It's so stupid. I know you can. It said that the Burmese python, one of the world's largest snakes, is considered a vulnerable species in its native Asia and is invasive in Florida, where it threatens native animals. Well, what does Florida have to do with all this? They always bring Florida into it.
Florida's fucked up. Sorry if you live in Florida.
What's Florida got to do? I know they have that whole, thing you can look up Florida Man, because Florida Man does does something stupid every time. I had to look at that. By the way, Bautista's attorney had no comment.
Of course he didn't.
I can't believe Bautista had an attorney. Okay, here's a funny thing, and this is now, I think. Yes, this is now. This is happening. I think this happened today, as a matter of fact. This was scheduled to happen today. Okay.
Scheduled?
Yes, it's an event. So it has to do with, of course, our favorite SpaceX, because we know how they spend money on really important things. Do you know what they've done? I think, because it was supposed to be launched. Today is Wednesday, 1:11 a.m. Well, I don't know. Maybe it went, maybe it didn't. What? Somebody shot up, SpaceX shot up a little red model Swedish house.
Where? Where did they?
Moon.
They sent a little red house to the moon?
It's going to take 4 months, but yes.
What? For what reason?
For art.
So we're putting art on the moon?
Art on the
Is
moon.
what you're saying?
This is just like that guy said.
So
that Whitey's on the moon.
So an astronaut is going with it?
I don't think so. I think it was one of those automated things, little cart thing.
So they're putting art on the moon. That's interesting. I mean, I guess if you're going to put something.
It says, no, I'm sorry.
It's a stupid waste of money.
There's so many things that are needed. People are starving, okay?
I agree.
I mean, come on.
All right. What? What? So fucking put it on the moon?
Base stuff pisses me off. It says it's in Stockholm. It always makes me think of Stockholm Syndrome. I want to go there, though. I'm interested in Stockholm. They say it's one of the happiest places on earth.
Oh, it's like the Disney of countries?
Yeah, it's Sweden, and the other one is, can't think of what the other one is, but there's 2 countries that National Geographic declared the happiest countries in the world. The other one was a contrast, but you could see it too, I think, maybe. I don't know. This is, by the way, an article. I'm saying this because they said we must have credit or something on the thing. It was very specific about wanting credit.
Oh.
It's an article in the U.S. News and World Report by the Associated Press. Okay. All right. So just so everybody knows, I am not plagiarizing. A Swedish artist is about to have the dream of a lifetime fulfilled A little red model house he created will be launched into space this week, and if all goes to plan, put on the surface of the moon. Why is this dream of a lifetime?
I don't know.
What? I don't get it.
I've never dreamt about something being on the moon.
What?
Who's going to see it? Nobody.
It says the moon house is the size of a big hand. We'll hitch a ride to the moon on a lunar lander operated by the Japanese company Space. I don't understand all this. But then it's set for takeoff on SpaceX's Falcon 9. So, not quite understanding. I think apparently the Japanese thing is going to be inside the SpaceX thing. It takes a village, a stupid village. Because remember, we have actually important things here on Earth.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. The artist's name was Mikael Genberg. He says he's been wanting to put his typically Swedish-looking miniature house on the moon for 25 years.
Really?
He said it was a crazy, maybe idiotic, but at the same time, in my mind, really poetic thought to put a red house with white corners on the surface of the moon.
What a freaking weirdo.
And now it's going to happen. What's the purpose? It's art, he added.
Okay.
And speaking of Florida, he was currently in Florida watching the launch. Very excited to see his house get shot into space. It's small on this planet, but it will be big on the moon. I don't think so.
Big on the moon?
The moon is not. Is the moon that tiny?
No. I mean, if it's the size of a hand.
Because, big like what? With all the aliens? Oh, that's the place to go. There's nothing like that in space, he told the Associated Press, with good reason.
Because who cares?
Now, I'm sure you want to know that the house is made out of aluminum.
I did want to know.
Well, I think wood would rot pretty fast in space, and it's daubed with special space-certified paint. Do you know they have space-certified paint? I guess they would have to have that, I guess, for the rockets. Things that we don't need at all because we shouldn't be in space. I'm sorry, but again, let's work it out here. Which is never going to happen. Genberg's signature art project has already traveled the world in recent years. Why? The moon house has been installed up in trees. Oh, it's like that. What's the thing with the little puppet?
What puppet?
The thing that the kids put the puppet. It's
Flat Stanley?
Yeah, it's like Flat Stanley. It's been up in trees underwater and taken to the Great Wall of China to the International Space Station above Earth as a companion to Sweden's first astronaut, Christer Fuglesand, according to the project's website. What kind of a project is it? It really is. At least kids have the excuse that they're children. Okay, stop it. Stop it.
You seem very upset about this.
Yeah, I am. Because I got to go deliver for money. And my 20th book is coming out. How about donating money to the arts here? To people that are working for a living down here. The vision of the artwork merges with our own to expand our planet and future and to extend the sphere of human life into space. The CEO, I'm not going to try to say this name. The CEO of iSpace Europe said in a statement, "No, okay, it's not. I'm not buying this. How is it extending the spirit of human life? It's a little model house. I think it'd be more fun to send some Legos. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, I like
that. Would be really cute to send like a little Lego thing in space. I could see that. I could get behind that before this.
I think it's all a waste of.
Well, it is, but it's kind of fun. I think that's fun. And I think Lego would probably pay for that themselves, so that would be another plus. But what companies want to do with their own money? It's going with the help of lunar rover Tenacious. I like that name for the lunar rover. That's a nice name. And also, by the way, my name is Moon, and I don't really want that little house. Did anybody ask me? I think all the people named Selene should be asked about this. Diana, because that's the Greek version. I think the dog farted. About 70 people donated some 7 million to 10 million Swedish kroner. Are you going to ask how much that is? I can think it's $620,000 to $888,000. That's all. I honestly would have thought it cost more. Yeah, but still, 70 people? Rich people.
I guess so.
All right. Well, look, I've had enough. Here's a funny thing. This is funny.
Okay.
This is from HuffPost. I'm giving credit. Mysterious googly eyes appearing on public art in Oregon.
Oh, I like that.
Oh my God. I don't have the picture, but the statue of two deer, and they have these giant googly eyes.
That's funny.
I know, and people are like, we particularly like the deer with the googly eyes.
So fun.
So it's in this. I thought it was in Portland, but it's it's the central Oregon city of Bend. I guess they just don't have anything. In Portland, you would sort of expect this kind of thing.
I've never been.
Well, it's like a free range mental ward. That's Portland.
My aunt keeps telling me that I would be very happy there.
You would be because you love to people watch, and you don't have to do anything but just step outside, and they're all insane. I mean, in a good way. But first of all, everybody's high. And we have it here now, too. At the time when I was there, it wasn't legal here yet. But people are high, and I think that's making it worse. But they have no filters. They just wander around. It really is. If you think of a mental institution, just free range place.
That's for me.
That's what it is. I'm telling you.
I do like odd people.
Yeah. It's fun.
And they like me. It's like a thing. I don't know.
They do like you. But I thought, sometimes you don't want them to pursue you.
Well, it's the scary odd people
Right.
that I don't want. Like, just if you're odd, I don't mind. I find you interesting.
Well,
But
it's a slippery slope.
if you get scary, then no.
That's true. Nobody wants that. All right. So I don't know where Bend is, but I mean, the report came out of Portland, so maybe Bend isn't that far from there. I don't know. Sparked a viral sensation and was featured on Stephen Colbert, this whole thing.
Cool.
Yeah. So the googly eyes, people like the deer one a lot. But the city said, they're always downers of the city, the government. While the googly eyes placed on, they said googly, while the googly, you can get those at the arts and crafts store.
Oh, yeah.
I love them. I think we should put them on everything now. Now that I'm thinking about it, what are we doing? We're wasting time. We have to put googly eyes on things.
It would make life fun.
It really would. While the googly eyes placed on the various art pieces around town might give you a chuckle, can you see the finger wagging?
Yes.
It costs money to remove them with care to not damage the art. Bad people. The Facebook post received hundreds of comments, with many users saying they like the googly eyes. My daughter and I went past the flaming chicken today and shared the biggest laugh. That would be funny, a chicken with googly eyes.
A flaming chicken.
Apparently. It's called the Phoenix Rising, but the nickname is the flaming chicken. We love the googly eyes. This town is getting to be so stuffy. Let's have fun. And another one said, I think the googly eyes on the deer specifically are a great look, and they should stay that way.
I want to see this. I'm going to look this up.
It is very cute. Others said the city should focus on addressing more important issues such as homelessness.
Yeah, really.
It says that goes to my moon thing. Instead of spending time and money on removing the googly eye. I will say, after you leave something on for a while, you pretty much can't get rid of it. Like I have painter's tape on my door because I ran out of strip for insulation.
Yeah.
And when I was painting my deck a couple of years ago, I left the painter's tape on.
Oh, yeah.
That shit won't come off. So I might have a blue door. I don't care. I really don't. I just ran out of the other stuff. What am I gonna do? I don't care enough to pick it up when I'm out. It said, over the years, the city's sculptures have been adorned with other seasonal decorations, including Santa hats, wreaths, leis. The city doesn't remove those and views the googly eyes differently because of the adhesive. Ben's communications director, Renee Mitchell, I don't know which one it is, it's Ariane, told the Associated Press. So they need PR to try to...
So the people who are sticking the googly eyes on, maybe they you can get that tape like I got to hang stuff up in my apartment.
Oh my God, I hate that tape. What about the tack? Well, I hate that tape because that's not what I hate.
It comes off.
The tape is okay, yeah. You know what? I don't like the tacky stuff. There's this tacky stuff that if you use it, it doesn't damage the surface.
Oh no, I get those. I don't remember what they're called. Like you peel and stick them, but they don't cause damage to your wall.
Yeah, that's better. But I remember when my kids were little, I guess when Michael was in grade school, I don't even know if Casey was very little. I was always involved in the PTA, and I was doing a random acts of kindness day for the kids. So another parent and I had cut out all these hearts, and we wrote random acts of kindness, words, whatever it said, be kind. Who knows what we wrote on these things? And so I was going around the school hanging them up. This alone is a project. The principal comes running up to me.
Oh my God.
You know who it is. I don't want to say who it is, but Yeah. And she goes, no, you have to use this tacky tape. And so each piece of tacky tape, you have to warm it up in your face. And I had to use 3 pieces for each heart. And I had to cover 2 floors of a school.
She was a silly woman.
Okay, another time, I wrote a packet for kids for, what is it, in March, the park. Parents as partners. I made them up a whole packet about like fun ways about creative writing. It was great, right? We were making the packets to put them into the school classroom things. She comes, this principal comes running and goes, "You did not ask my permission to do this," or something. I didn't get it approved. I'm like, she made us rip all of those off of the packets so the kids could not have it. But we had already submitted it to the superintendent and assistant superintendent for them to see at the board meeting. It was at the parents teachers PTA meeting. The assistant principal came. The assistant superintendent came. She didn't know that we'd been forced to remove them. She goes, "Those packets about the grammar were so great. Like, it's too bad the kids never got them."
Oh, the principal got mad that you went over her head, probably.
Look, I didn't know I had to show her every stupid thing.
Mad at me?
I mean, like,
I just said she was a silly woman. I agree with you.
and then I was like, well, look at it now. It's too late. I swear to God. I don't know what to say. It was all about writing and like the texture of writing, making it fun. Because I was a writer.
Well, she was not fun.
Or funny.
No. I remember I was in a store like several towns away, many towns away, and I heard someone yelling my name and my married name.
Right.
And I'm like, nobody calls me that except for this woman.
Really?
Well, no, I guess the school people.
Right.
That was the only place I ever used that name. But I was like, when your whole body tenses up? I was like, oh my God, I'm going to turn around. It's like she's the fucking boogeyman.
I know. I ran into her once in a Dunkin' Donuts, like very far away. And she's like, "I live here." I'm like, mental note, never come here again.
Wait, is it the town I work in?
No, I saw her on Hempstead Turnpike.
Because she was in the town I work in at the CVS.
Really? Did she say she lived there?
No.
Oh.
But I was like, what is she doing over here?
No, she told me she lived it was a Dunkin' Donuts, sort of by Hofstra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not far.
Right. Well, she lives over there.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That would be around the same area.
Yeah. She was quite the character, wasn't she? She was one of the last women left alive that uses the name Miss, the surname, whatever you call it. Miss. Who says Miss? I guess she does.
I guess she does. Whatever happened? Did she retire?
I guess eventually. I don't know. They do that, don't they?
I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's been such a long time. She must have.
I did an author night there. I don't think she was the principal anymore. Yeah. It was a bad time. It was right after with Casey, and I don't really remember. I just did it till I get out.
Yeah.
So I couldn't say for sure. Okay. So, and this guy's totally doing damage control because the city got such a bad rap for all it said. This person said, "The city regrets that its post was misunderstood." And then he said, he or she, I don't know, it's RENE. There was no intent. Oh, it's a she. But RENE, usually it's two E's.
No, not always.
All right, well, it is a woman. It says she. There was no intent to be heavy-handed, and we certainly understand maybe how that was taken. We own this large collection of public art and really want to bring awareness to this community that applying adhesives does harm the art. So as stewards of the collection, we wanted to share that on social media. We are stewards.
I guess so. I mean, I do have to say,
I get it.
If I was the artist, not that I would be offended by the googly eyes, but I would be upset that my art was damaged.
Shoot the googly-eyed deers up into space? It said the city has so far spent $1,500 on removing the googly eyes.
Okay,
that's from 7 to 8. Well, Mitchell said it's fun. Has started treating some of the art pieces, which are made of different types of metal, such as bronze and steel. The Phoenix Rising,
chicken
might have to be repainted into.
Oh no!
Why not just leave the googly eyes on? That's fun. All right. For some, the googly eyes, like other holiday objects, provide a welcome boost of seasonal cheer. I look forward to seeing creativity of whoever it is that decorates the roundabouts during the holiday. One social media commenter said. Brings a smile to everyone to see silliness.
It would bring a smile to me.
I love it. It's much better than graffiti.
Yeah.
That Banksy is so popular. I'm like,
no, certain graffiti's not bad. Like they took down, there was a biggie one.
A biggie?
Yeah. Yeah, when you were taking the train. He's the notorious B.I.G.
I don't get it, but all right.
There was a big painting of him. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know where it was, but like when you take the train to Manhattan.
Like by Jamaica, they always have
maybe.
See, that's where you see things.
But I think it's gone.
People have no respect.
It was really good.
Really? Yeah, I do. Like,
wrong, but I
they
not
things
seen
like
it.
that. I mean, if something's really art, it's okay. I guess like I can imagine it would bother the people that own the building. Maybe. I mean, it really depends on the building. You know.
Well,
I don't know.
Some is so. If you go, people are going to know what street I'm talking about, but Wantua Avenue, if you go towards Hempstead Turnpike,
Yeah.
there's a pizza place
I saw that.
with the most disturbing
Maybe not.
painting of a piece of pizza.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the Rocky picture.
Oh, no.
There's a Rocky.
Yeah. No, this is like the most disturbing pizza. I don't know what it is. It's
What do you
so
mean?
creepy.
A creepy pizza?
Yeah, it's like a slice of pizza.
Is he alive?
Yeah, like
Animated.
yeah, it's really.
I don't know why they animate things they want you to eat.
It's like chicken place.
Yes.
The chicken place.
Like, oh,
chickens on it.
Oh, you're alive? I'll definitely eat you now.
Or there's a commercial. I forget. Maybe it's cereal or something where the cereal. I'm saying cereal just as an example because I'm not sure it's cereal.
Right.
Like eats the other one.
Oh God.
And I'm like they're little
Cannibals. That's awful. Really?
Yeah. I wish I could remember what it is. If anybody out there knows that commercial,
It's crazy.
write it.
Is it now? Is it old?
It was a while back.
But like in recent years.
Yeah.
Huh. Wow, that's creepy.
For some reason, I feel like it was Frosted Mini Wheats, but I could be completely wrong.
I definitely think they've animated those. I've definitely seen them walking around those little mini wheats with mouths. Stupid.
Yeah, eyes and mouths. Like I said, I'm probably wrong, but whatever it was, I was like, that's weird.
I don't get any of this. Like, I don't know. I just don't get it. People. I'm getting better at the thing. Okay. The HuffPost printed this. This one I picked because of our fixation with baby Jesus. Somebody stole a baby Jesus in Colorado.
Baby Jesus.
Somebody stole a baby Jesus.
Are we stealing the baby Jesus?
Well, this person did get caught on camera, but like, I don't know how they didn't notice it. Definitely people that knew this person definitely covered. It was like a teenager, it looked like. I mean, if I knew that, I didn't, if someone in my circle was that person, I definitely could have identified them from that picture. But they got really scared because they returned the baby with a note.
With the note set.
They dropped it off at a fire station, which
you could drop babies off at a fire station.
And they said they had cameras, but it wasn't working that day. Like, what? You're gonna let poor kid, the note said, "I'm really sorry." The little note was propped on the baby's stomach. "I'm really sorry. I made a dumb mistake in the moment. It won't happen again."
So funny.
There's no other information about who stole the figurine, police said Friday. The fire station has a motion-sensing door camera, but was not activated when the statue was returned. The business that takes care of the nativity scene does not want to pursue charges.
Pursue charges against who?
It was kidnapping.
But they don't know who it is. Who are they charging?
If they really want to, they can figure this out. I mean, there is
a rat that person out.
Well, somebody knows this person.
I know, but would you call and say?
I think they must have been afraid they were going to be ratted because they returned it.
I would never call on them.
They look like a really innocent person, too. But it didn't look like a ratty person.
It's not like they hurt anybody.
Well, it's kind of a tradition around here. People try to steal the baby. Yeah. I honestly I am mixing fact and fiction, but I know in my book we didn't really steal baby Jesus.
I have never stolen the baby Jesus.
Remember we said, what did they say? There was a closet full of them? Or we wanted to get them a mother or something?
I don't remember either.
It's funny. Yeah, I don't know what I've done in my life and what I haven't done.
Well, I can tell you that we never did.
All right, that's good because I don't like to steal. You like to steal?
No, I don't. But I think stealing the baby Jesus is kind of funny.
I don't think I would do that because I'd lack the nerve.
Oh, me too.
Yeah,
I would be so.
I can't handle things like that. I can't. I'm like, no way. I would be flipping the whole time.
Did I ever tell you about the lighter that I stole?
No.
So as a teenager, I went to this mall, pretty popular mall by us. And I stole a little Bic lighter.
Did you get caught?
No.
Oh, okay. But a mini Bic.
Yeah, mini Bic.
Yes.
So I was so freaked out about it. Like a few days later, I was at my cousin's and they had a balcony and I was lighting a cigarette and I dropped it off the balcony. And I'm like, that's what I get. I should have never stole that lighter. Shame on me.
My God, you're not even Catholic.
The thing is that I worked in a very popular store
Where you could have had all the lighters you want.
where we stole everything.
Oh, then you didn't care.
Everybody stole from
Wait.
that store. It's like it didn't count.
Oh, it doesn't count.
Like the security guards stole
Oh, you
from
told
the
us.
store. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I say? Well,
Yes.
it's out of business. Yeah, so it doesn't matter.
If it wasn't that business, no one's coming after you now.
Oh, yeah. No, everybody stole everything. I stole shoes.
Wow.
I stole.
And there I was paying full price for everything. No wonder they went out of business.
Oh, yeah.
But so why did it not count? Just because everybody did it. It was the norm.
For some reason, I didn't think it counted. I mean, now as an adult, and which makes the lighter thing so stupid.
You question about
that
the
I'm
lighter.
So stupid about the.
Wait a second.
So upset about
You
the.
dropped the lighter.
Yeah.
Why didn't you go get the lighter?
I don't know, because I thought that's what I deserved. I did not deserve that lighter.
You just dropped it. You could get it.
Yeah, I wasn't going to go down and get it.
That's just lazy.
Of course it is. And I was like, I didn't deserve the lighter anyway. I'm not going to go find the lighter.
I don't think it would have been that hard.
Yeah, but who cares?
Oh my. Well, then you shouldn't have stolen it if you didn't try.
I shouldn't have stolen. That's the point I'm making. Like,
what color was the lighter?
black, of course.
Oh yeah.
What? Like, what other color would I get?
I was curious. All right. Well,
everything has to be black.
That's true.
I bought a green shirt the other day.
Wow.
So weird.
Nice.
So odd for me.
Well, sometimes it happens. Could be one of the 7 signs.
Maybe.
We already know that it's coming anyway. What is it? The apocalypse, right? After the 7th sign. Yeah.
There's locusts.
No, that was happened on Passover.
Yeah, I think one of the 7 signs are
Again, because that was part of the Passover. Remember the plague of locusts?
Why? The flies. The frogs.
I think that was also on Passover.
Really?
The Rugrats. Remember they had Cynthia? She was the pharaoh and she was covered in locusts.
Hey.
Yeah. Oh, that's where we learn everything.
The Rugrats.
Fine mess you got me to it now, Cynthia.
I love it. I always, when I'm referring to babies, I call them stupid babies because Angelica always called them stupid babies.
She was perfect as the pharaoh. I love that.
I love Angelica.
I love her too. I miss her.
You should watch the Cynthia song.
Party to the music. Oh, I thought it was Party to the music.
We're totally different.
Well, it's the same song. Boogie to the music. Party to the. My boyfriend's sister was named Cynthia. Whenever I looked at her, I would go in my head. I would go Cynthia, I would envision this woman dancing. Okay, let's see. Here's a funny one. A medieval nun faked her own death to escape the convent and pursue carnal lust.
Good for her.
You know, she pretended to be sick, right? Her name was Joan of Leeds. She created a makeshift dummy, but first she faked an illness to the point where they thought she died, okay? Then she had a makeshift dummy to throw Archbishop Melton off track, and she fled to a town 30 miles away and was never seen again.
Good for her. How did they know that she was faking it then?
They found the dummy. It was in a pile of real bodies.
Oh, God, really?
Oh, God, yes.
In a pile of real bodies?
Well, yeah. I mean, you think she just left
a pile?
You think she just left the dummy out alone? I mean, I think they would have
a pile of big bodies.
Because then it blends in. Because if you just put a dummy, they're going to figure out this is not a dead body.
What I'm saying is,
or say dead body. Can't you just say body? Why would a live body be there?
Why was there a pile of bodies? That's what I'm asking.
Let's see.
Like, is it just in those days where they just throw the bodies?
Let's see.
Is that a thing that they did?
It's a tale of intrigue. Created a dummy in the likeness of her body. That had to be hard too.
Yeah.
What day is this? It was like between 1304 and 1305.
Wow.
Good. Very her. She was like, I'm getting laid. And that's it. Out of here.
I wonder if the guy was hot.
It doesn't say it was for one particular guy. I think she just wanted out of the damn place.
She was like, I'm a party.
Literally the damn place. That guy Melton goes, she now wanders at large to the notorious peril of her soul and to the scandal of all of her order. Oh, wow. And so that he wrote that in 1318. So he was looking for her for a long time at that point.
Guess what?
So
clearly didn't give a shit.
Well, they forced women to do this stuff back then. Like, she just didn't want to be a nun. It's nonsense.
Did you ever see that?
I did.
Me too.
Yeah. Were we together when we saw that show? It was like no,
it was with my brother, and it was on Long Island.
Oh, I saw it in the city.
A friend of his was in.
I really don't even remember anything other than the name, and the nuns were silly. Do you remember it?
No.
It's just like a bunch of
It was
blends. Something with nuns. It blends,
Yeah.
you know? Nonsense. Nothing could be better than our nunchucks.
No, nunchucks. Oh, the nun.
The
Nuns.
chucks. That's in my book. I put it in my book.
I remember that you had that.
It's in the book.
So that actually was real.
That was real. But I don't have them anymore. They were lost in the flood.
Well, poor nuns.
I would like to get them again. I really don't need these little things.
Guess who's getting that for her birthday?
I don't think you can find them.
I will find that.
Let's see. Oh no, okay, I was wrong. It says, wait a second. No, she used the dummy, burying it in. I know I saw something about a pile of bodies, burying it in a place that would strongly point to her being dead. Like, what do you mean? If it's buried, how would they? How nobody buries themselves?
Right? Who would have buried her?
Don't know. She would have needed an accomplice, I guess. I thought it said somewhere that she put it in a body. Let's see. Escaping the convent's strictures was clearly a priority that outweighed any potential consequences or retribution. A note in the register explained that she impudently cast aside the propriety of religion and the modesty of her sex by faking her death in a cunning, nefarious manner, which had her simulate a body illness where she pretended to be dead. Here we go. Before placing her makeshift lookalike in a sacred place among real dead members of her religious order.
Oh.
So that sounds like it's a pile of bodies, but I guess it could have been a... She's placing it. I don't understand. Something's missing. Don't they have funerals?
Right. Like, wouldn't they talk to each other, to find out who buried her?
I guess I don't...
Maybe that's how they found out.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe she just needed time to get away, so she just did. Yeah. See, now it would all be on Instagram.
I know.
TikTok.
Me, the dummy.
Go. By the way, we don't have any new Luigi news this week. I looked. Sad. After success. Wait, here we go. These Benedictine sisters must have been idiots. It says, after successfully fooling her Benedictine sisters into burying the dummy.
Oh.
How stupid was this woman? But wait a second.
It's your body.
I would. Yeah. I think that when you see a body, you can't tell the difference between a human and a dummy, especially then. What could she have made it with? Those women are dummies. They're really dumb.
Yeah. They're really dumb.
They are so dumb, for real. What's that from?
Oh, I was attacked.
Yeah.
Projects.
She said it so deadpan.
Yes.
So nonchalant. Attacked by some idiot in the project.
That's Antoine Dobbs. If you don't know him, look him up.
That was funny. It's not Antoine Dobbs. He was the guy.
The guy.
Yeah.
Not the rapist.
Right.
The brother.
But the guy. These other guys took it and made it into a song.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good as a news thing and as a song. It was both.
That was a long time ago.
It was great. That was the thing we bonded with the children. Everybody loved it. Casey wore Run and Tell That. Something on his shirt.
Run and Tell That.
I don't think he had Homeboy. He either had You Don't Have to Come and Confess or Run and Tell That on his shirt for picture day.
I was attacked by some idiot in the projects. Hide your kids, hide your wives, and hide your husbands because they're raping everybody around here.
So basically, I mean, like it's
the husband part. I was like,
my husband's too. Okay, she traveled about 30 miles and she got to the town of Beverly. When Archbishop Melton discovered what she had done, he commanded a subordinate to retrieve her. And then he said, having turned her back on decency and the good of religion, seduced by indecency, she involved herself irreverently and perverted her path of life arrogantly to the way of carnal lust and away from poverty and obedience. I can't imagine why she would want to leave poverty and obedience.
That guy is over the top.
Yeah.
Talk about a drama queen. Good Lord.
It says it's unclear if the church officials ever located her, but the headline was that she was never seen again. So I don't know. We'll have to assume she got away. Here's something that's called All That's Interesting, which is kind of an interesting thing. I don't know. So I was Googling around, as one does. World War I hand grenade mistaken for potato and found in a Chinese chips factory. They were like, why won't this grind? Why can't we make this into a potato chip?
How do you mistake that for a potato?
It does look a little bit like, but it's metal.
Yeah, but it's got like grooves in it and it's got the pin on top. It's a different color.
It was an old potato.
The shape.
We're not dealing with the brightest people, I guess. Well, it's a century-old grenade. It was still functional, and the Hong Kong police, and the Hong Kong police had to quickly detonate the device in an abandoned alley. Isn't that funny?
That was an exciting day for them.
Automated machinery in the potato chip factory, so it couldn't process one particular spot. So nobody was really looking at it.
Yeah.
It was like mined. Somehow it got mined it probably was sat in a potato. It said it was harvested alongside potatoes in France, so it sat there. How old are the potatoes in that field? I mean, what?
Don't eat the Chinese chips.
Oh my God. I had to pick up foods from some supermarkets have a food area, right?
Yeah.
So I had to pick up food, and I just wanted some pretzels. But it was a Korean supermarket. And what the hell was going on in this place?
That big one in Hempstead?
No, it's not in Hempstead. It's in Hicksville. It was humongous, and they didn't have one thing I recognized. Like, what is this? Everything was in Korean.
Yeah, those specialty stores.
It was like, where am I? But I could understand, like, if they had pretzels and they just said it in Korean, but I could not even find, like, anything matching what I was looking for.
Wow.
Everything was just so crazy. Like, really weird-looking things.
Did they not like pretzels in Korea?
I don't know, but I couldn't, like, I did buy these little, you would really hate this, little custard-filled cakes, but they weren't even good. It was like a dry bowl of custard. I just wanted something. I don't know what happened. Of all the places to pick up.
Yeah, I can't believe that's on the app.
You can go shopping for people. I will never do that. I will never.
Yeah, I told you when I worked at sea very briefly, I would help the drivers find what they were looking for.
I know. I saw someone doing it once. It's like they're on a race. Like they have to do it in a certain amount of time.
Yeah, and I felt bad for them because I barely knew where anything was.
It's too much pressure. And I feel like if I'm going to get something for someone, if they're not happy with it, it's all my fault. At least when it's from a restaurant, it's all packed up. I have nothing to do with that.
It's just weird to me. Like, why would you pick CVS? It was food items. It wasn't like it was
because people
medication.
People are extremely odd. That's the only.
You don't think of CVS
because when food, people are odd,
and there was literally a supermarket across the street.
Maybe they weren't on the thing though on the app supermarket.
I guess
I don't know. I don't. You can't explain. It goes in the category of we don't know. People are crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was.
We'll talk about that.
Yes, absolutely. So it's a century-old device. It had a rusty, mud-covered exterior. So I guess it was a dirty potato. Do they clean the potatoes? That's what I want to know. What's going on?
Maybe there's a machine that does that.
It was shipped to Hong Kong's Calbee Four Seas Company with the rest of the vegetables. Are potatoes a vegetable?
Yeah, they're a starchy vegetable.
Starchy vegetable. They found it in an unstable condition and resorted to high-pressure water firing technique to safely, what does that mean? To safely explode the century-old grenade in a sewer grate in an empty alley. This was all reported in the New York Times. Unfortunately, I don't read the New York Times anymore because I've vowed off news.
Me too. But, even when you vow off news, do you find that people just need to tell you everything that's happening?
Well, no, not everything. I don't work like you. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, people just tell me everything. I mean, I guess that's good.
Well, I found out about the fires in LA a few days after because people were posting about them on Facebook. And I found out, did you hear about Neil Gaiman?
No.
What?
I haven't been listening to the news.
Well, you don't go on Facebook?
No.
Oh my God. He's one of those predators.
What? Really?
Yes.
Get out of here.
No, and there's an article. I was good with believing it, but if you want to read the article, it's really bad. People said there's trigger warnings and people are reading it and they're like all scarred for reading it or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Neil Gaiman.
I believe he's a jerk because let me tell you something. Okay. So here's a big problem with our society. We decide we love somebody, we worship them, and we don't want to believe anything wrong about them.
That's
true. There are certain writers that we decide we love them, and then we give them all kinds of awards, like even when they don't really deserve them. Like, no, he is a really good writer. Okay, I'm not saying that.
I've actually never read it.
That
he's written.
I read the Graveyard book because it's a middle grade book, and they gave it the Caldecott. That book should not be for middle grade. Okay, they only gave it to him because they were hero worshiping because he was so famous. Okay, I know it because that book, in the beginning of that book, an entire family is slaughtered except for the baby that sneaks out into the graveyard and lives in the graveyard. Okay. Is that appropriate for a whole family to be slaughtered in the opening of a middle grade book? And not only is it slaughtered, but like it's very descriptively and beautifully written, like the blood dripping, the blade of the knife.
I have to say, when I was that age, I read those kind of books.
I'm talking about middle grade a little. Like middle grade or 8.
That's
yeah. Middle grade
is, you meant like junior high.
No, they were reading like
6th grade, 7th grade.
No, like 8 to 10 maybe is middle grade now. Middle grade, it shifts, but it was a younger middle. It was Caldecott. Little younger kids are reading this book, and it's just inappropriate.
Much.
No, it's if anything, it would be YA, but they gave it to Caldecott because he's Mr. Wonderful, and that's what I wrote. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I always knew that graveyard book was wrong. But now apparently he's really bad, like really bad. Everybody's reeling over it. And he was mean to people at signings, apparently. Like one woman, you really have to be grateful when you have a huge line of people, because there's a lot of writers out there that sit around would desperately want people to want their books, right? And he just had such an attitude. And then this woman at the very end, she worked at the bookstore. So she waited till everybody left, and she had a pile of his books. Like, like when you really love a book, it's like dog-eared. And he looks at like, I'm not signing those. And he just left.
Wow, what a
tears.
yeah.
Right? He should be so grateful, people. It's like he got off on doing that there.
Yeah. Like David Sedaris, from what he says, I haven't been to one of his events yet. But apparently his lines take forever because he talks to everyone.
Which is great.
Yes, because he used to go and get his book signed, so he knows what it's like.
Pahalniuk, he had a conversation with me too.
You got me.
Yeah.
You got me one.
Yeah.
I love him.
He's the best.
Yeah.
And he's really sweet to everybody too.
Yeah.
He gave me advice. I don't even think I was publishing, but I was telling him, and he's like, go to the recovery meetings. You'll get all you need there.
Hey, you got me choked.
Yeah. I love Choked.
I still have it.
That's my favorite of all his books. But yeah, so that's how you know if someone's nice, if they'll talk to you at the book signing. Because did you ever hear about the Olsen twins when they wrote a book? They were like, you cannot speak to the Olsen twins. Oh my God. So sorry.
Those Olsen twins.
Oh my God. I remember another book signing story. This is actually, Harlan Coben is very famous now, right?
Yes,
yeah. So, but back a long time ago, I was signing The Girl Next Door in Staten Island. You never should sign a book in Staten Island.
No one should do anything in Staten Island.
I was
sorry if people.
My part was this: you go where they send you. So I was signing The Girl Next Door I think it was Walden Books. They still had that then, and luckily they had me at least by the entrance to the because if you're in the back, forget it. You're doomed, But so I would have people coming, going. I can sell just by talking. But this guy walks up and he's like, oh, I met another author sitting here alone one time. It was Harlan Coben. So you see, everybody starts out that way, So, but so that gave me, and I have had huge lines too. Usually it's when the books are free, like Book Expo.
Well, of course, not the free book, but also, it depends on the crowd too.
I've had my share of really good, loving crowds.
I'm saying it depends on the place.
Right.
It depends.
Like at Mount Vernon, everybody watched the books with George Washington. I remember one time I was signing books at a Barnes & Noble, and a girl asked me to watch her goldfish while she went shopping. I did.
I know. I would totally do that.
And then she bought the book. I mean, but I didn't think she would. I didn't care. I was just nice. What the hell? It's just a goldfish.
Oh, yeah. Remember we were talking on the phone? That guy asked me to watch his.
Yes.
I will say yes to anything, apparently. Except he asked me for a ride and I had to.
No. That's a no. First of all, it's a little weird when someone asks you to watch the bags. Like, what the hell's in this bag?
No. They were garbage bags.
Oh, God. That's a little weird. Yeah. I had a dream about that after that. And it was a nefarious dream.
Oh, well, yeah.
Well, you'd put me into that thing. Anyway, so,
we're kind of.
Okay. Well, I just want to say one other funny thing. Okay. I don't know how funny it is, but Harlan, you're so worried about what's on the end.
I do.
Our sponsors are going to be angry.
I'm very by the book.
I bought my dog all these toys, and there's only one. He ripped into all of them in one day. I bought them for Casey's Creature Kindness Day. One remains, and it's a Tuffy. So I want Tuffy to sponsor us because I know
Tuffy
podcasters always do commercials for things they actually use. So I don't exactly know how this all works because we haven't tried to do this yet. But when we do, I use Tuffy, and I love it.
What do I use?
Miss Jessie's.
I tried it and I didn't like it.
Well, I guess there goes Miss Jessie's.
I don't know. What do I use all the time?
Well, I don't know. I can't get Simply Safe because I already have ADT. They advertise that a lot.
Yeah,
There's certain things that podcasts advertise a lot.
they do, like Blue Apron.
Yes.
I hear a lot.
Use Blue Apron. Apron.
I probably would.
That actually sounds really good.
Yeah,
Yeah. I would do
I'm
that. If you're listening,
but it seems like they take the lazy out.
it sounds good.
Yeah, and
We're
they're.
doing a commercial for them without even.
I've never had it, but I would be
No,
open
it
to
doesn't.
it.
I love those commercials. Make me want to buy the things. Actually, do I know? Because I'm just like I don't. They make me want to buy it when I'm driving, and then when I get home, I'm nowhere near. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
not thinking about it anymore. That's the problem. But a lot of them are really interesting. So, all right. So I wanted to tell you something about. All right, Harlan Coben.
Okay.
They were always making series about his books and this and that. So there's this new one. And I only watched the very beginning. It's on Netflix, I think. And it's called Missing You. Have you seen the thing for that?
No.
Okay. I'm sorry. This is not really a spoiler, guys, because when you first start watching it, this is exactly what you see at the open. Show this guy. They show a woman looking all like missing some, like she's like sort of like she's in like some sort of crepe thing, like in scars, and she's got these Botox lips. They're so big, there's no way they were real, okay? Like huge. And she's just looking like, where is he? I guess. And then they show this guy that's on a horse, and he's like panting, and he's like, must be searching for this woman, right? Show him get thrown by the horse, and he goes, I miss you. Like that.
My God.
And then they show some woman in modern day, like whatever. I don't know what that's supposed to be. It's sort of like Arabian Nights. It just reminds me of. So they go back to this other woman, and then they show the guy. I thought he was dead. Now, without his horse ran away. Now he's wandering. He's wandering through the desert, it's like stumbling around trying to find her. Reminds me of two things. Number one, did you used to watch One Life to Live with Megan?
Yes.
When
She's lupus.
Yes, and that guy Jake, her husband, was trying to get back. It reminded me of Jake stumbling through going through every which way to get to her, just so she could die in his arms, right? And funny how she lingered until he got there.
That's cool.
And then the other thing, and I've never seen this movie, but against all odds, isn't that guy like searching for the woman? I think she gets. I think her husband finds out she's cheating and throws her into a brothel, and he has to go wandering through the desert looking for her. You coming back to me? And I'm like, what the hell is this?
Over the top. That's what that is.
So, and the thing about the last thing I watched of his, and I know there was another one that Casey watched that said the same thing. It was very, I don't mean to be mean. The plots always seem like, not the wandering through the desert thing does not seem cool to me. But the part with the other woman sounds okay, but whatever. But I found this, I've been disappointed by how things work out.
I have to tell you, I've read all his books and I don't remember any book, and I have a bad memory.
It's called Missing You.
It's not the book title. I don't remember that, but that's, normal for me. But I don't remember anybody getting thrown off a horse and anybody missing them like that. His books are mysteries. They're not.
I would read his book. I thought he's good at suspense, but he has a lot of hitman type of stuff. Like people killed just for profit for somebody else, and that, as you can see, that's my biggest problem.
Yeah.
I hate that. So I couldn't read them anymore. It was really upsetting me.
I like them. He has this character, Myron, and his friend Wynn, and I really like them.
Myron and Wynn?
Myron Bolitar. Yes. Yes.
It's interesting.
Yeah. I really like them.
I used to read that Lawrence Block used to write a series about, I don't remember why I even was talking about this.
I've never read the Lawrence Block.
Lawrence Block is good, but the guy was an alcoholic. I don't know. I just kind of got into them. He used to be the fiction writer, I think, for, in Writer's Digest, maybe you don't know because you're not a writer, but in Writer's Digest, they had columnists, and he was the columnist, I think, for writing fiction in Writer's Digest. So then I started reading his books, and he wrote these mysteries, and they were pretty good.
Did he die or something? Because
he did?
Or he's retired. I haven't seen a book come out by him in years.
That was old. There were maybe. I don't know.
I mean, that's what I do for a living, so I see these things.
Yeah, maybe. I haven't read Writer's Digest in like 20 years. It was good, but after a while, it's like, okay, I know this. I know this. But it's an interesting magazine. Any of you that want to write. I want to write. Do, 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 do. Before we go, look, we have our Chinese calendar from a previous episode that we mocked, and then now we're using it. So
So you
see
can
the
find
little
that
cap,
year you were
the little
born.
cap thing.
Yes.
Very nice. Very nice.
Selene is year of the horse. I am year of the pig.
Yes. Very nice.
Yeah.
You're out of range again.
I think I've been out of range for the whole show.
All right, I guess we'll let it go now at that, and then we have more news for next time because there's a lot more to share.
Okay.
It's very exciting, right?
Are we doing quotes?
Oh yes, the quotes, of course.
Because I have some.
Yes.
I had like 3.
Oh my God, go ahead.
After
That's mine.
Oh God. Oh, okay. So this one's by Tracy Morgan.
Oh, nice.
And it's bad news travels at the speed of light. Good news travels like molasses.
That's so true.
And oh God, I don't know. Voltaire.
Okay, I love Voltaire.
In the case of news, we should always wait for the sacrament of confirmation.
I like that. I wish people would do that.
Yes. And my last one for any of you 80s kids, it was from The Great Space Coaster, and it was Gary Gnu, and he always signed off his news program saying, "No news is good news."
I don't know who he is or that thing, but I like that.
It's this TV show. I
Never
loved
heard
it.
of it.
The Great Space Coaster.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Was it a morning thing?
Yeah, because I used to get up early.
I used to watch the
stupid
one
show.
banana, two banana thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That. And I watched
Magic
the
Garden.
News Review.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah. Magic Garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paula. What's the other girl's name besides Paula?
Carol.
Oh, thank you. For some reason, I could only think of Paula. It was literally driving me crazy.
And Sherlock the Squirrel.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But I never heard I don't know. I missed the one you're talking about.
But you were probably too old for it at that point.
No,
it's not. No, because there's a little gap where you probably
5 years. We're 5 years.
Yeah, but it probably was on that hump. Like it was,
Didn't quite make it in the long run.
I think you were probably a teenager and probably didn't want to watch that.
Oh, so you're saying it started later than the others?
Yes.
Okay. You keep calling me old.
I'm not calling you old. I'm just saying there's like a little gap where we probably
gap years.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Okay. I have 2 quotes. The first one is from Cicero.
No.
It is not by muscle speed or physical dexterity that great things are achieved, but by reflection, force of character, and judgment.
Nice.
And this one, it just struck me as so funny. Benjamin Franklin wrote a letter to, I think, his sister, and he wrote, "For my own part, I wish the bald eagle had not been chosen the representative of our country. He is a bird of bad moral character. He does not get his living honestly. He is too lazy to fish for himself." Boy, he's mad at that bird.
That's rough.
I don't know. I guess I thought that was so funny.
Stupid bald eagle. Lazy ass.
Bad moral character. I never thought of birds having to live honestly. How does a bird not live honestly?
According to him, they don't.
He probably hates seagulls. They're always waiting for the scraps around. They are real predators.
Yes, they are.
So I thought that was very funny. All right. So on that note, we will say farewell.
Good day. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
All right. Au revoir.
Good day.